Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have a topic, suggestion, comment, feedback, or if you want me to give you my take on anything, put it in the comment section. If you want to connect with me on social media outlets, on Facebook, you can type in and search Carlos Flores Jr. Remember, Flores is Flores. Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, on X, and on Threads, you can type in at Back on Basics. And on WhatsApp, you can type in at Back on Basics 9985. So, let's talk about turning something negative into positive. And how do we do that? Well, hope. And that's one of the things. One of the things that when we are put in front of something negative, or what we perceive, right? What we think is negative, those are sometimes some of the things that we need to assess ourselves and say, where am I at right now? Am I in the here and now? Because that way I'm in the neutral zone and I'm able to look at things in a more neutral way. Or do I need to bring in my support system so that way I can talk to them and then ask them to give me my take, the take on what they see that I'm doing or not doing, right? That could change things. Turning negatives into positives means adapting. It also means sharpening your mind by doing something physical, sharpening your body by doing something mental. And again, emotional balance is something that comes with a lot of different aspects. If your mind and body are balanced, your emotion will follow. You can also do different things like breathing in and out exercises. You can listen to music. You can play a game. You can watch your favorite show. You can read a book. You can write a story, you can write a poem. Again, you can go for a walk. We actually went for a walk a little bit over 2.7 miles, and it was great. We thought it was going to rain, but it didn't. Not yet, anyways. And so that just shows you that there's so many different ways that you can use or you can leverage to turn something negative into something positive. And how does that work? When you go from negative to positive, and then you start doing those over and over and over again, they build up, they compound. They're kind of like the pebble. Remember, it's been a long time since I've given you this example. The pebble that rolls down the snowy mountain, and as it goes down, the snow compacts into the pebble and it becomes bigger and 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 bigger until you're unstoppable. And when you're unstoppable, you're focused, right? You get to where you want to get to. You're always making sure that you're supporting others, right? And so, again, turning negatives into positives, sometimes it's not that easy because we're in our heads, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of times we're in here and the only person that can help us is ourselves. So what we're doing is talking to ourselves to get to a point where we need help from our support system. So these are some of the things that I also recommend and one of the things is be in the here and now. Why? Because you're going to be neutral, because you're going to be able to adapt. If you're on a positive or if you're on a negative, if you're on both ends of the spectrum, if you're in the middle, if you're in the neutral zone, then you'll be able to go either here or here. And it'll be great because you can adapt and you can get to them. You can get to those goals. You can get to that success. You can get to the life balance. And remember, not everybody's is not following goals or following, trying to get to something or trying to get something. But we're also trying to balance our lives. And that is a great goal to have. If you want to balance your lives, or your life, then you need to focus on doing the things that you have around your home, outside in your community, right? Come out and take a walk, or go watch a movie at the movie theater if that's what you want to do. You can watch from all of the apps that we all have as well. There's so many things to watch nowadays. We can always focus on how we can adapt our way from thinking and acting, doing activities that are negative to the ones that are positive. And so a lot of the times what happens is that our brains are processing everything. They're processing thoughts, and they're processing dreams, and they're processing experiences, and they're processing how your day went today. And so it's hard because your mind is processing so much that sometimes you don't get sleep. Sometimes you don't deal with things the way that you should, or the way that you can deal with things. But again, right? Use your support system. Use the people that have helped you get to where you are now, so that way they can get you to where you want to get to in the future, in a few days, in a few months. My recommendation is for you to write down the things that are negative and the things that are positive in your life right now, in your mind. Why? Because if you write it down, and it has been shown by research in psychology, your brain doesn't process that as much or at all, because what's going to happen is, because it's written down, then the mind, right, if it has a mind of its own, the mind thinks that it doesn't have to process, it doesn't have to remember those things, because they're written down on a paper, they're written down on a notebook, or they're written down on your phone, on your to-do list, on your bucket list. And so there's so many different things that can help you focus your mind, body, and emotional balance. And there's so many different things that can turn something negative into positive. And it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of times all we need is practice, putting in the work, right? Practicing, doing things, so that way we have a schema, or we have a way of doing it in our heads, right? And so we have to get stuff out and written down, or typed on a laptop, or however it is written down, so that way our schemas can come together, and we'll be able to process things faster. We'll be able to see the things that we need to course correct. We'll be able to ask our support system to help us with looking at things from their perspective. And so again, that's how you turn negative activities into positive activities. And so my recommendation, try it out, ladies and gentlemen. Bring in your support system. Ask the people that you trust to talk to you about how you can get from your current point of view to one ahead, how you can get to your goals, how you can get to the positive aspect of what you're thinking, or what you're doing, or what you're attempting to get to. And so again, right? Believe. Make sure that you believe in your support system. Make sure that you believe in yourself, and you make sure that you accept yourself. Accepting yourself, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it consistently. Accepting yourself means that you accept yourself where you're at right now. Right now. But you're willing to adapt, and you're willing to change, and you're willing to get to where you want to get to by connecting with your support system. So, remember, these are some of the tips on how to turn negative things or activities into positive things or activities. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Again, you can do it. Put in the work, right? Consistency. Life is not a race. It's a marathon. So remember that. because you don't have to rush to get to your goals. You just have to get to your goals. And it could be either by running a race or it could be by jogging a marathon. Back on basics.